Hi everyone, I'm Kranti Sambhav. Welcome to the special episode of Hyundai Be the Better Guy, partner with Times Now Season 3. As this year's campaign is reaching the finishing line, let's take a recap of what we have achieved so far.
Road safety is the line of defense while traveling on the road.
Something very basic as wearing a seat belt, stopping at the red light.
Hello and welcome. You're watching our special broadcast on Hyundai Times Now Road Safety Initiative, Be the Better Guy.
To drive our agenda of Be the Better Guy, we feel that our focus is to inculcate a safe driving habits in the consumers of this country.
First, remember always to wear your car seat belt and follow all the rules. Not just that, you must also remember never to drink and drive.
बिग इशू होता है ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस प्राप्त करना। हमारे यहाँ थोड़ा इजी है इसको थोड़ा और सख्त किया जाना जरूरी है।
चालान बहुत इस साल बहुत ज़्यादा हुए, पता नहीं क्यों, फॉर सम रीजन इससे पहले नहीं हुए। फर्स्ट टाइम के लिए काफ़ी स्मूथ चला रही है।
मुझे इस बात की बहुत खुशी हुई कि जितने ड्राइवर्स थे आज, लगभग सारे ड्राइवर्स ने ज़्यादातर ट्रैफिक रूल्स फॉलो किए।
Make a positive change in the way people drive on the roads and also ensure that Indian roads become one of the safest roads in the world.
Be pledged towards a better, safer and happier experience on the roads. Be the better guy on roads.
What we just witnessed is a drive, a journey which has put emphasis on road safety over the years. This is the expedition Hyundai Be the Better Guy campaign is on. As India gallops into future with the strength of young population, it becomes more and more important that safe driving and road safety become integral part of their journey. And that is the reason Season 3 of Be the Better Guy campaign focus on the millennials. As we say, young India will drive India. And for this final episode, guess where have we reached? So this campaign is coming to an end, and as you have guessed, you're right, we have traveled to Chennai to Hyundai's plant and to know more about company's resolve to make driving safer on Indian roads. We are joined by a special guest, Mr. Ganesh, who's the Director, Production, Hyundai Motor India Limited. Thank you so much for taking our time for us, Mr. Mani. So first question obviously is, we have also learned during this whole campaign, we learned so many things about road safety, millennials, behavior, etc. What are your learnings as a company?
You know, first of all, based on our global brand vision of progress for humanity and also a smart mobility solution provider, you know, our effort has always been working on road safety and each and every passenger who are traveling and the pedestrians who are traveling on the road to be safe. Safe India. That's what, you know, the campaign is all about. And for that effort, we have been doing Be the Better Guy as a campaign in a concerted way over the years to make this happen in a bigger way. As you rightly said, this also covers on millennium, the boys and girls of the country and also Gen Z as well as in those areas. So that's how we all started in a big way.
So Mr. Mani, this has been a great learning curve for us as well as far as road safety is concerned. But what about Hyundai? How do you see this learning curve? Because now we are about to finish the third season of Be the Better Guy campaign.
Well, you know, when you do such a massive campaign wherein a basic behavior changes happen, so it's not a 1 or 2 days of a job, not even 1 or 2 years of a job. So you would have heard about this 100th monkey concept, where until 99th of momentum has to get generated with lesser amount of speed. But the moment between 99 to 100, it will reach a massive amount of scale and the multiplication effect will be much more larger. So along with the government of India and government of various state governments, we are moving in those baby steps on that. But having said that, the kind of a learning what we have is the way you actually reach approach to the people. First and foremost is to do it in a 3 different pronged approach than what the Be the Better Guy approach has been. The first and foremost is the education part. The second is about the enforcement and also kind of engineering enablers. In these three categories, we have been working together, and a whole lot of learning, and we flow back into the system in a big way. So to give it in numbers, in terms of education, so we have done more than 492 school students and went on to reach close to 314,000, people, the student community, to really, make them aware of it in a unique and a fun-loving way. And also we did not leave there alone. Mall is one of the most important things. So we have made close to, 250,000 of people on a mall visitors to make sure that these mall people, whenever they come, the kind of education level in a different way. And we also have been working along with the RWAs, in a multiple ways of 150 plus, wherein, the visitors who are coming here, 23,000 plus people, to really know about all those things. So in a pocketed and a rippled way, how do we really make it happen is a critical way of, making it to the next level of possibilities. An interesting thing what we learned is that unless otherwise engineering comes into picture, maybe, the speed of execution or the 100th milestone need to be, change will have to come a little later only. So how do we really expedite? In order to do the same along with the, Chennai Metropolitan Police, we have actually gone for something called as a TROZ, which is actually traffic regulated, safer zone, and this is primarily, we converted into a kind of a model area, wherein the kind of observation what we do is, it's an observed zone with 63 specialized cameras on a common, very, very congested place. Which all these input has been connected with the National Informatics Center. We were able to pinpoint wherever the violations are happening and directly, move this, information and education to the people, so on and so forth. And interestingly, last week when I was talking to them about the impact of the same, they said 75% of the, the violations in that zone has drastically come down. So they were talking about even in the night, they could find that all the regulations have started following.
So we have been saying this, that young India will drive India, but as a company, as a corporate, why did you choose millennials to focus on?
You rightly said, when the traffic comes to a standstill, obviously the number of rates of accidents would definitely be low, but it's a very temporary phenomena. And we all come back to the same kind of, regime of driving forces. So to say the numbers perspective, as per the Ministry of Roadways and in North, they specifically said 11% of the road accidents are happening throughout the world. 11% of, the share is happening in India. It's close to 415,000 plus odds, and unfortunately close to 151,000 fatalities happen, and that numbers have to really come down. And for a country like a younger population country where we are in India, so I think this plays a very paramount importance. From 18 years to 65 years, close to 89% of the fatality happens, and the productive age of 18 to 45 age group, close to 70% people die. I think that's a very, very serious thing, and as a part of campaign of our own companies, and we have been working towards direction of that, and especially millennials plays a very important role. And the way actually we take them into part is important, and instead of going by the normal routine way of communication, we actually tend to involve them in a much more bigger way. So just to give an example, like 1,000 miles of a journey start with a step, but that's what the quote says, but 1,000 miles of any journey start with a single first safer step. So that safer step is most important, and people started liking it, and they wanted to be a part of this campaign also. And we kind of involved the family members also, as a father talks about to his son that, whenever you go out, please make sure that everything you goes absolutely okay. And he returns back and says that, you have to make your steps all right because I'm following your footsteps. So those kind of, our millennials really attach to the family values, and that thereby, both family members all together, we tend to take it to the next level of our communication in a bigger and better way.
So the next question I'll ask after showing this story, because this is like interesting initiative from your side, the primary healthcare of drivers. You know, there was some data which I was not aware of, and so many people were not. But after this campaign, we got to understand how drivers are medically fit or unfit. So let's take a look at that.
A life of an ambulance driver comes with challenges. The pressure of saving a life looms over at all times. This is a story of Shyam Thakur, an ambulance driver from Gurugram in Haryana. Shyam's effort of making the patient reach hospital depends upon the awareness of other motorists on the road.
सबसे बड़ी कठिनाई जो होती है वो है ट्रैफिक। हमें सिग्नल जंप करना पड़ता है, हमें रॉन्ग साइड एंट्री मारनी पड़ती है। कुछ वाहन चालक हमें रास्ता देते हैं और कुछ नहीं देते हैं। जब ये सब कठिनाइयाँ आती हैं तो दिमाग में एक ही चीज़ चल रही होती है कि हमें अपने पेशेंट की जान बचानी है।
He follows a fixed routine. Cleaning and disinfecting of the ambulance is on the top of the list. One such day, while cleaning his ambulance in the morning, he spots Hyundai's Dhyan Do van. He walked towards the van that attracted a large crowd. Dhyan Do is an initiative by Hyundai Motor India Foundation. This project endeavors to spread awareness about the importance of self-health care, physical and mental well-being, along with road safety. They provide with free health checkup for drivers from private, public and corporate sectors, which comprises of monitoring of blood pressure, blood glucose and eye checkup. Driver safety along with their physical and mental well-being is equally important, and by driving a social change, it will help towards creating a sustainable society.
ये हुंडई की तरफ से ड्राइवरों के लिए बहुत अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है।
An initiative that's supporting Shyam and other drivers is Hyundai's effort to create an amicable ecosystem that will promote safety and healthcare. Dhyan Do, an initiative by Hyundai Motor India Foundation.
So for me, it was more of interesting data, but what was the vision behind Mission Gurugram from your side?
Very interesting questions. As I said, when you want to reach the level of highest safety as a campaign, wherein the entire community starts taking it as a movement rather than only a campaign. So campaign to movement requires a whole lot of, synergistic activities across the places. So when you start really working on these areas, so one of the important things which has come across is NCR, especially Gurgaon, where our headquarters are also located, wherein Mission Gurgaon is one of that initiative wherein the people who are driving, it's not only the people who are owning the car, there are a whole lot of people who are driving the car on a public transport on their own vehicles as well. And there are the people we need to really be, make them aware and really take care of them. So this particular part of mission is not only in terms of education, in terms of safety, but also to take care of their health. There are a whole lot of, drivers who on the road, they don't even, care to really go and take care of their health to check annual. So on a various points wherein quickly, we have centers wherein the doctors who quickly check them and certify that they are absolutely okay and anything to be taken care, all those kind of information, and also very sustained follow-up basis. I think people started liking in a big way. So we started with a mission of around 34,000 people in a shorter span of time. I'm happy that in the month of April alone, we could go up to 17,000, the drivers who are on the road, who really, love to be a part in this campaign, and also they are very happy that their health is also being taken a lot of importance by the company. And it's been a runaway success for our company.
So most of the time we are talking about metros, big cities, but more accidents happen on the highways. And you have covered, all those demographics and different areas. What are the other campaigns you're doing?
Well, before COVID and between COVID and post-COVID, these three areas, where we find is, apart from the TV, radio, campaign, print media, and most importantly, the various other campaigns, the way what we are talking right now, we also find that the social media is another important platform through various channels, how to really reach that. So incidentally, the urban, more than urban, even in rural area, the reach of the mobile and the kind of social media's approach has been very large. So we have started doing a whole lot of campaigns to take it across to this message to them in a bigger way. For example, if I say so, when we started working on various campaigns of, like for example, I was talking about a TROS, wherein not only in terms of camera, we have actually moved across to multiple more activities also. We went across to all the schools of the entire area. We asked their help. You would like to be a part of traffic marshal schemes to help them out. That is one area. And second thing is about various places wherever these kind of possible accidents happen. We train a lot of small time shopkeepers to become a quick medical help providers. So we provided them kits and also kind of a help for them to really become a basic level of needs till the time some other help comes across. So when you talk about these kind of 360 degrees approach, this message as a multimedia perspective, so we moved across to social media campaign so that everybody gets aware that how we can really move across. So we get a lot of requests from the rural areas also. We are also having these kind of activities, so why don't you actually start helping in a bigger way? So we are actually started moving in that direction. Our own employees, for example, they started getting trained, and they in turn start training also for emergency requirement of readiness campaign of it. It's very simple techniques and which can save a whole lot of people.
Yeah, I mean the data says almost 50% of road deaths can be avoided if we manage to bring the medical help within
golden hour, golden minute.
Yeah,
nowadays they talk about golden seconds nowadays. So it's a really a good thing.
Fantastic.
And we also connected them through kind of an app base, so that any help which is there, which by a stroke of a button you can actually reach them back also. Those kind of additional features have come. So coming back to the the reaching of as a company, globally renowned brand which gives so much of focus on safety, we also started talking to them like आपकी सुरक्षा के लिए हमारे गाड़ी में तो बहुत कुछ है, क्या आप अपने आप स्वयं in terms of are you feeling yourself safe enough when you actually start driving it across? The vehicle has got a lot of features, but are you actually utilizing that you yourself using them or not? And that is how we are able to reach the lowest level of various places of the country, so that where the remotely things cannot reach, and we were using it in an extensively during the time of COVID. And that is actually being continued to reach to the larger section of people. That's what, this is a new thing which has come across, and we like to take it forward in a big way.
Definitely. I mean, this looks like a model or an experiment which can, be pan-India. Everyone, all those maybe the blind spots or the complicated junctions, all those shopkeepers and people around that area, if they are trained, I think this is going to save many more lives. So you're planning to take it, further? Or
yeah, I mean,
on a bigger scale?
Technology enablers are all the time. This is what has been happening. One section we have already done that, and we like to take it across to the other areas also as we keep employing this TROS as a concept to various other sections of people also.
I'm not sure you've watched that video, but it was a fun video with millennials we did. But we also found out that the awareness level was low as far as traffic safety, road safety and rules are concerned. What do you think can be done more to make these millennials aware about traffic rules and road safety?
See, we always have been working on various basic initiatives about education. So education is the first and foremost inevitable way to really take it across to them. So we really do talk about not to overspeed, not to violate any traffic rules, and third important things about not to drink and drive, and not to use your phone while driving, and also in terms of pedestrian safety, and which is also playing a very important role on that. This is one set of activities which continue to happen. But the second important thing which is also taking an important role is the way how do they get their driving operations into that. So we have some kind of Drive India as a campaign, wherein the youngsters and millennials, before even they go to a authority to get a certification, we train them in multiple areas of it, not only in terms of education, also help them to get a temporary and also permanent license. And that is one of the ways of making more and more safer drivers on the road. The moment you start making the people to drive and ask the people, neighbors, to really be careful about it, and that is where the actual the change would start happening. That India has already started seeing on that, and I'm sure this kind of activities will in a larger way to continue more and more in our country.
This has been an interesting and enriching conversation, Mr. Ganesh. Thank you so much for taking our time for us.
Thank you so much.
With this, season 3 of Hyundai Be the Better Guy, partnered by Times Now, comes to an end. And before I say goodbye, let's take a look at this message from my old friend and also an old partner in this campaign, RJ Naved.
सो बी द बेटर गाय के 3rd सीजन में मेरे भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें समझ में आई हैं। पिछले 2 सीजन्स में मैंने कई लोगों से बात करी, कई लोगों का ड्राइविंग सेंस देखा, कुछ चीज़ें मुझे पता चली, कुछ चीज़ें मैंने उनको बताई। और मेरी ये रिक्वेस्ट सबसे है, जितना सोच समझ के केयरफुली ड्राइव करेंगे, आपको ड्राइव करने में मजा आएगा। सो माई अपील टू यंग इंडिया इज टू ड्राइव सेफ, बिकॉज यंग इंडिया विल ड्राइव इंडिया।